nigga, let's go. Nigga, let's go. To a motherfucking place that you ain't never been to, but keep it on the low. Where you can absolutely, positively get on the side of the stove, sipping on that 4-0. Nigga, fuck the 5-0 with your pit bull. Don't let them roll around, though. On the pack of the loud, go ahead, you can blow. Ain't a motherfucking noose on the aisle. Already been burnt on a pile. You ain't never ever gotta worry with your motherfucker would put the gun to the back of the head of a child. Go wild. Welcome to the land of the colored. All we do is win, never suffer. Ain't no cops in the cover. Where every kid on the block never had a clock. And all families got a father and a mother, but we all living good. Nigga ain't got good. He delivered us cause he could. Well, they couldn't bring crack to the hood cause it ain't no hood. Tyrone and Keisha doing pretty damn good. All the kids wearing hoodies. Coming from the back of the 7-Eleven with a pack full of goodies. Skittles with a can of Arizona on deck. From a black don't store cause we mobbing like that. All black bins cause we got it like that. All black rims cause we got it like that. And we ain't gotta worry about nobody shooting us down cause we don't look suspicious. In our neighborhood watch cause we watch the kids. My mama, your mama, we all related. I'm so elated. Never in a million years would have thought a world like this existed. Color, alley, nigga. Color, alley, bitch. Color, alley, nigga. Color, alley, bitch. Color, alley, nigga. Color, alley, bitch. Holla, nigga. You color, alley, bitch. Color, alley, nigga. Color, alley, bitch. Color, alley, nigga. Color, alley, bitch. Color, alley, nigga. Color, alley, bitch. Holla, my nigga. You color, alley, bitch.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This video is going to be fairly short. Please like the video. I know yesterday when I did the video about Egypt, half of my likes got taken away, half of my views dropped. People unlike the video. So that's what is the foundation for today's video is going to be right, facts, truths, and lies. Often I'm going to start with the truths. Within facts and lies, you have truths, but truths aren't necessarily facts. Truth can be subjective, right? Truth can happen where you say, okay, you walk to the store, you tell someone you walk to the store, but the facts would have to contain everything that involved in you going to the store, right? So that's basically explaining what truth is. Now, most people are okay with learning the truth. And the reason they're okay with learning the truth is because they've been taught lies so much. So, or miseducated, right? Or you overlook something. Example, someone said, well, we were taught that Panthers aren't indigenous to America. Like, who the fuck taught you that? Your teachers ain't never teach you that shit in school. They never told you that. You making something up, or you're lying, right? Or you just didn't know. All of these things combined into one is what we consider truth. So now that we get to the truth, no one wants the facts, because the facts of the matter will start placing things in order. People rarely like order. Chaos, right? Chaos is allows the mind to think in a way or process things in a way that order doesn't, right? When you're in order, you follow, right? In chaos, you can actually lead people into that, right? War is a form of order. It's not really the form of chaos. Chaos would be the trick knowledge, right? The misinformation, things like that. So when I speak on the facts against the lies, it's, oh, well, he can't be telling the truth. When I give the truth, no one understands the facts because they only been taught lies. So when you say, well, the lie, America is Egypt, that's the lie. The truth is America is Egypt. The facts of the matter is America is in Egypt. This caused those numbers to fall by half. This caused the likes to actually fall by half. And again, the reason is because facts matter not. Facts do not matter anymore. What someone believes, what someone perceives to be the truth is truth to them. It doesn't make it the fact of the matter. When you get into the facts of the matter, it becomes what I believe or I perceive. That you can't use belief and perception in the intellectual realm. And I'm going to tell you why. That's for yourself. That's personal. That's like having a connection with what one considers to be God. Truth. Fact. There's a spiritual connection. Truth. It's this God. The lie. It's my God. You take all of this and put this into the indigenous world, and you start to crack codes. These same Negroes will say, well, I'm indigenous. Fact. I'm Cherokee by blood. Truth. The lie, well, you can't trace a people back to such and such by tribe because of this, and this. So how the fuck are you that by blood? Well, I'm Muskogee by blood. Okay, well, did you take a blood test? No, I don't trust the blood test because they gonna make it say that I'm African. Okay, so if you're Muskogee by blood, shouldn't your blood match the people that's currently Muskogee today? No, they can't match the people that's Muskogee today because they're not the real Muskogee. So why are you trying to enroll over there in the West? Because they're federally recognized. This is the game. The same Negroes that make excuses or make up lies not to join these tribes based on truth will never tell you the fact of the matter. With the majority of these tribes that they try to enroll into or that these people actually claim, there is no genetic tie. It's the fact of the matter. The truth is, many people picked up tribal names when they moved, migrated, or even dwelt in the same places as these tribal people. So you get to the 1900s, and all that's left is a tribal name. So now we ask you, well, what makes you that? The name alone saying that, well, my grandma said that I'm Muskogee, that I'm Seminole. That alone doesn't make you Muskogee and Seminole, being that these are confederacies of different people. Who are you for real? What language did your family speak? Do you speak it? Are you learning it? Are you attempting to learn it? And will you be able to pass this on to other family members? This is what matters. Yet instead of focusing on the language, instead of attempting to learn the culture, one would come up with different excuses as to why they can't, don't, or won't learn the culture. So I'm Cherokee. Do you learn the language, or are you learning the language? No, I'm not learning the language because the white man made the language. But the white man made the word Cherokee too. They assisted in creating the Cherokee Nation in the 1800s too, officially, which was completely separate from. So if you're separate from this, why don't you study that? Take the time to study that. Nobody wants to focus on it. What they want to talk about is, well, we dark skinned, and dark skinned people always been in America. Okay, cool. It's a fact. And this is Egypt because we have pyramids too. And they got a bird god, and we got a bird god, and they got a crocodile god. We got a crocodile god. They got a panther god. We got a panther god. So we must be older than Egypt. This is the foolishness, lookology. Instead of saying, wait, both of these lands have similar things. No wonder they came up with similar ideas and expressed them in similar ways. The fact of the matter, both of these cultures are so old that these people actually traded with each other coast to coast, land to land. The facts of the matter. Lies will say, well, the Mayans left America to go to Africa, and they taught the Egyptians how to build the pyramids, knowing those pyramids down there are not older than those in the Nile Valley, knowing that writing system isn't older than the writing system in the Nile Valley, knowing that a falcon and the eagle are not the same animal, right? The xylo or the kylo or the kulu, kulo, kylo, right? It's not the same as an African wild dog. It's not the same as a coyote. But someone to say, well, they both have pointy ears, so Anubis must be from over here. Oh, they have a god, and you pronounce it. It looks like it says Tahuti, and we have Teotihuacan that must be Tahuti, sound alike. So I will never, ever, ever be the popular opinion, because one, my opinion doesn't matter when I'm teaching you all, or teaching and learning, or learning and teaching as a student teacher, right? My opinion doesn't matter. The facts matter. So I'll never be the guy that gets on here and be like, well, America is Egypt for the popularity. I'll never get on here and say all Black Americans are indigenous to America. I'll never get on here and say, well, there wasn't any slave ships that came to America. I'll never do that because we have the records. But for the agenda, right? For the popular vote, someone who doesn't have any tribal information says, well, America is really Egypt, and they ain't bring no Africans over here. Everybody over here is indigenous Americans. And before they even came over here, we was going over there and we taught them the science of pyramid building. We taught them the art of writing. We taught them arithmetic, right? This is the what people want to say. And the reason this is done is for racial pride. American niggas have been taught that they were the bottom of the bottom. The African had more status in America than the American nigga. So now the American nigga has access to information. He wants to claim everything as his own. Please like this video and share it with someone. Please like this video and share it with someone. He wants to claim everything as his own. So now you notice the American Negro says what? Well, America is the first Egypt. So it's no longer just Egypt. Now it's the first Egypt. Because, well, now Egypt is an idea. Okay, so if we deal with it as an idea, in that language, what do you call the first time as an idea? This is why you have to study the glyphs, actually study these people's languages and their writings. Because you have those that say, well, in the Egyptian text, it say that the ancestors came from America. Okay, where does it say that? Well, it say that they came from the West. Okay, so what's the word for West? Well, they say they came from the land of Amun-Ra. Okay, so where was the land of Amun-Ra? If they're in the Nile and they say the West, if they are in the Nile, see, them niggas be in denial. But these people live in the Nile. And they said the West. This could be anything west of the Nile. You Negroes took this and said it gotta be America because a white man named Augustus LePlonge said it. Gotta be America because a white man named James Churchward said it. The same Negroes that shit on eugenics, the same Negroes that shit on Walter Plecker, the same Negroes that shit on Caucasians teaching this shit will go refer to a Caucasian in order to attempt to prove that America is either Egypt, Lemuria, Atlantis, Judah, Peru, right? We done heard this shit. These same niggas. Mississippi, the Mississippi is the Nile. The Mississippi was broken to 7 different streams. But if you Google how many streams The Mississippi has over 7,000. So what real indigenous American is going to tell their story and keep running to the Bible? What real indigenous American is going to tell their story while running to the Hebraic, or what we call the Hebraic language? Only one that will do that is a pretender. There's no reason to go to anyone else when you have the facts of the matter. Facts, truths, and lies. When you have the facts, you know the truths. When you have the facts, you know the lies. But those that run from the facts and base facts on truths, all they do is lie. People want to be lied to, right? People want to be lied to. What do you mean? People will watch sports. Say people will tell you sports is rigged, right? These same people get mad at sports every weekend. These same people that tell you sports is rigged will go bet on a sport that's rigged. You know you're not going to win. And at the end of the day, the people that's teaching this stuff, they know they're not going to win. But instead of them um, being honest with you, they know you don't want the facts of the matter. So they're going to tell you truth. The same Negroes that say, well, we're Mayans, claim to be everything else but that. Why don't they go over there and learn the traditions and learn the culture and bring it back and start practicing? If they are Mayans, they should be able to tell us their migration story and how they got to the East Coast. And when they got to the East Coast, they should be able to explain who was on the coast, who had the land, who was on the Mississippi when these Mayan people, right, actually crossed it. Ask any one of these dudes that you won't get a real answer. And the reason you won't get a real answer is because truth overrides facts today. As explained, Aquarius is about believing that one knows. It's not about the facts of the matter. It's about believing that you know. You can be wrong, but if you believe that you're right, you're going to believe that you're right. You're going to study as if you're right. You're going to live as if you're right. But deep inside, you know you're wrong. But it's okay because your perception is what matters most. This is what's going on today. You can have someone tell a story, say, um, they can say, well, 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 my family is such and such and such. And okay, you could have someone that say, well, my people come from the interior. They were pushed down into the coastal lands, right, to the East Coast. And with them being pushed down to the East Coast, we came amongst a total different people. And when we came amongst them, we basically took on their practices and their traditions. And we moved north to their ancient lands. And when we got to their ancient lands, we were given land to settle in these other people, ancient lands. Now, those people that gave us these lands never mentioned the ancient people of the land because they considered us to be the ancient people of this land. That would be a fact. The lie would be my people migrated from the interior to the coast, and we always been on the coast. But we had land before anybody on the coast had land in an upper and lower division. They lied. The truth would be we had land in the upper North Division before such and such and such and such. The facts would be what was first said. Now we not originally from over there, but we moved over there and we took on their traditions, and then we moved to their ancestral land, and we became known as something completely different, while still being around or surrounded by the original people there. And the government just stopped using their name and gave us the credit, and we ran with it, and we're running with it today. As your mind see Seminoles, that would be the facts of the matter. But see, if you tell them, you speak the facts of the matter, then and the Europeans that one was such has such veneration for, right? Uh, they 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 would have to speak to the actuals, right? One moment, let me do this. Hold on, y'all. Give me 2 seconds. Let me take this 30-second. Um, let me take this 30-second pause. 1 second. I'm back. I'm back. So let me go back to solo. All right. Hold on. Okay. So back to the point that I was making there, right? Is that when facts become king is the only time that we'll be able to move forward. There's no way one can move forward with a liar, with a blunt liar, with someone like that lies about who they are as a person completely. And knowing that one is a liar, knowing that one doesn't tell the truth. You vibing with them, you being around them, you kicking it with them, uh, makes you one too. You're literally no different than the liar that you're protecting. This is why we have to be cautious. This is why we have to be careful of who we're actually dealing with. And beware, right? Be very aware of those that like to play games. There'll be those that think that they can play up under you to get some form of information that they can use for themselves, right? Because they're popular. And this is why I tell people, if someone has more followers and more views than you don't teach them shit. You don't teach them nothing. You go on their platform and teach their people. You don't teach them. And the reason you don't teach them is because once you start to teach them the popular, they will go teach their students with your information, never explaining to their students who their master is. There are people that got 30 years, 20 years on me, and I'm their master teacher. And what they do with my information is take it home. Uh-oh, I'm looking at my beads. Black and white is in the South. That is crazy. So be very careful. Be aware. Don't let these people play up on you. There's information that I have given out, knowingly given out, hoping that this person would spill the beans to those that they love. Only to give my information to those that they love, and those that they love run with it. Knowing or not that this originates here. So now I just give a sample, tell somebody a piece of my story, and they take my story and attempt to run with it because they're popular. 15K followers is a lot of people to mislead. 50 followers is a lot of people to educate. This is why I'm okay educating the same 10, 20 people that tap in every time, because eventually these people will become the masters. While everyone else is teaching bullshit and falling behind, the people that I teach will be the masters. See, with everyone teaching that America is Egypt in 2024 is proof that everyone is falling behind. This was being taught 2012, 2010, in the 90s, right? This was being taught in the 1800s by these Europeans. But now Negroes who have woken up during COVID somehow got this information. And now it's new. You got to be woke to have this. When in reality, is like, well, we learned it and broke it down decades ago. So when we do get to 2024, 25, 26 going forward, even in the COVID times, right? When we do get there, we say, hey, it's time to move forward. We learned all the bullshit already. Let's take the real shit and move forward. What's the real shit? Family, bloodline, clan, tribe, nation, confederacy. That's the real shit. Language, culture, dance, music, food. Got a call from mama. That was mama. Got a call. Hold on. So yeah. So me again, those 10, 20 people that I vibe with, that I teach, I love them for the simple fact that they are not about popular opinion or popular lies. Those that learn from me but don't see me as their teacher, they are the ones that will defend the liar. They will defend the lies. They will defend what's wrong for popularity. It's like the Kamala Harris thing, right? You have brother Cornel West. And dog, like, bro, I'm voting for Cornel West because this. And someone say, well, he's not going to win. It's about the popular vote. So I'm voting for Kamala. And it's like, wait, you're going to vote for popularity over right and wrong? You're going to vote popularity over right and wrong. But this is the same thing that people do in the indigenous community. It's the same thing people do in the conscious community. The popular is going to win. Remember, loyalty. What is loyalty? Loyalty is really breaking one's own moral compass in defense of someone else. You don't like liars. But one will say, well, that liar is a family member. That liar is a friend. I'm going to ride with him or her till the wheels fall off. You going to crash out about someone that's doing wrong just to prove your loyalty to them. That is not someone I need in my circle. That's not a square that I need in my circle. The indigenous community. Well, I'm Iroquois and Muskogee and Mayan. Well, damn, my boy, what do you do that's Muskogee? Oh, I don't need to do shit. Why I need to speak the language? They lied. They probably made it up. The white man, you tried to enroll. Nah, the white man. What you do that's Iroquois? Well, the white man, you know, they took our such and such and created they such and such. Okay, but what do you do? That's do you learn the language? You learn the dances or anything? Foods in it? Nah, the white man. So these same niggas that hop on the white man's internet will create these excuses as to why they don't do anything real. Why haven't any of these dudes showed you their real family? Why do these dudes get on here and lie about who their fathers are? You know why? Because they aren't who they claim to be. But popularity, the popular vote, can put someone in the place to where they can be acting as something that they truly aren't. But as long as they can confuse the masses are gonna fuck with it. I said this last night, 2 nights ago. I said, the government thought they were gonna have a problem during COVID. And the problem that the government thought that they were gonna have was that, wait, these niggas gonna say that they Indian. These niggas gonna start claiming to be a part of sovereign governments. Instead of doing what these people actually thought you were going to do, you know what they start doing? America is Egypt. So when these people were ready to be like, hey, we got to gear up for war because these niggas know they the real Indians. And if they find out, they going to do what the ancestors did. Nah. We going to put a couple niggas in there, a couple agents. And these agents is going to change the whole landscape of the community. So they put some agents in your community, and now your chiefs is telling you that America is Egypt. Crazy as shit. And you ask these niggas, well, what made you chief? Well, I made myself chief. Well, what's your tribe? I'm Mayan, Atlantean, Lumerian, Muskogee, Yamasee, Seminole, Wale, Taino of the Arawakian Scandinavians. I swear to God. Real shit. People really do this. Lies. To avoid the facts of the matter, one will focus on the lies and miseducate the masses. It's something that I can't do. Like I said before, someone will say their family comes from Mexico. They will show that all these Olmec structures, all of these different structures, they'll put on their banners, they'll put on their clothes, they'll carry with them to war. And then when someone say, well, yeah, that's who they are. We originally from over here. They came over here and met us. No. Wait, see, we told a story. What we was trying to do is bring the story together. So we was just telling one part. You're a damn lie. You wanted to be the oldest and you found out that you're not. And you found out you didn't have the information about that ancient people like other people got. So now you go to changing up your story. You go to changing up your Facebook. You go to changing up your Instagram. You go to changing up your image. Why? Because people starting to find out, wait, this story ain't what it was taught to be. This story isn't what these authors said that it was. It's completely different. Why is it different? Because we neglected the facts of the matter. What's the facts of the matter? There was someone here that was older than the people we called the oldest, but we just start calling them by a younger name. Now, when Negroes figure this out, what they'll say is, well, wait, that was us that got called by the wrong name. They're going to change their whole story. They're going to change their whole name. Remember this point, 3505. We at 35:15 now, but at 35:05, remember this? Watch how many people start saying that they are originally a coastal people. We heard it a couple months ago on video, and it was a bold-faced lie. Let me tell you why. Because those people in the interior were never called Yupa. They were never called Ikwa. They moved amongst those people, got some of their traditions, and moved to the Yupa, ancestors' land or ancient land, and were given land by European settlers. Let's think about this shit. At what point? See, people say, well, the treaties, the treaties, the treaties. Well, what was signed in order for a group of people to get land in someone else's ancestors' land and become the big voice under that name? Something had to have been done. Something scandalous. These are things that can't be talked about. Why can't they be talked about? Because if we talk about them, then we're creating another problem in the indigenous community. Oh, we shouldn't focus on the war stories. Oh, you're digging up old bones. Well, who ancestors' bones is a nigga digging up? Why are you trying to hide those bones? Why is there specific classifications for these different groups of people that are usually overlooked, lumped, lashed, and cloaked together under a single name? Crazy shit. Facts, truths, and lies. The lie is, well, yeah, we always been there. And we went down and came up and went left and went right. You a lie. You're a lie. That's not what happened. And the reason that story has to be told this way is because if it's not told that way, then everything the persons or the people say leading up or to this point become what? It's no longer truths. What was a fact became a truth. The truth became a lie. The lie can't be the facts. The lie got the truth in it, but the lie can't be the facts. This is why we don't deal with popular opinion. This is why we don't deal with opinion in our own scholarship. So if you say, well, you said this and this and this and this, why? Does one not know how to debate? Does one not know how to have a conversation? The teacher can ask the student a question. The teacher places themselves as the student, attempting to see how good of an education or educator, excuse me, they are to their students. Sometimes the teacher doesn't even have to ask the student a question to view how great of an educator he is or she is. Let me tell you why. I've given people information and heard them run it right back. Heard them record it or run it back to me as if it's something they had found. I've given people information that I just randomly happened to get on their Instagram, and now that information is there. That's how I know I'm a great educator. It doesn't matter about how many people show up to class, who know what the hell is being taught in the class. That's what matters. See, some teachers would be upset. Well, damn, half my class failed the class. Well, half your class is probably retarded. You're probably a great educator. Half your class probably don't want to listen. Half your class weren't taught to listen, weren't taught how to be a student. You learn this shit at home. So I wouldn't even focus on those that's failing. Go take them to the teacher that's going to grab those that's failing and bring them up. If I'm teaching you, you have no choice but to get an A, because my opinion don't matter in this. Your opinion don't matter in this. The facts are what matter. I won't lie to you. Being lied to so much, I'm not going to lie to you. If I make a mistake, correct it, or we can correct it. Mistakes are meant to be corrected. You cannot correct lies. Rumors Always subjective. You cannot correct a lie. So when I said last year, right? When I say on my wedding day and before my wedding day, I say the day I get married, y'all gonna have a problem. This information that's been in me for so long that I can now teach it. I had to force myself, to subjugate myself, to subject myself to other men's rule, to sit at the feet of other men who were teaching me in the subject that I already was, right? But I have to get this and bring this thing together. In order to bring something or two things together, listen to the word together is to gather. Two, doing something, gather, bringing something together, two, bringing something together. They have to be separate. But when you're showing where they are separated before they're gathered together, it becomes an issue. The facts become an issue to those who are lying or whose lies are based on truth. Never have you ever heard of blue fire. You haven't, and you can't tell me you have because I'm going to tell you to prove it, and I'm going to ask you to build the fire, right? And I'll say it this way: Ukti sukti. Build your campfire as a blue fire in an indigenous way. It won't be done. Build the purple fire in the indigenous way. The green fire. How do you control the red, yellow, and orange fire? Can these fires become white, or can white fires become these? What, any of that? You've never heard that shit before. You've never heard it before. And eventually you're going to start hearing it because I'm a great educator. Some people have no choice but to run and teach these things to others. They don't need my approval. The masters don't need my approval. Those who have not mastered it, they do. This is why I get calls. This is why a dude called me and said, hey, bro, can I do this video of such and such and such and such? And I want to put you in the video, but I'm calling you because I don't want to be disrespectful. That was one of the most amazing things that has ever happened to me in this realm. Someone called and asked, could they use the content of my video? And they put my mother and myself in the video, giving us honor. Amazing, beautiful, factual. Hey, I learned this from bro. Bro taught me this. I love it so much. I'm finna teach it to others. But before I teach it to others, let me ask the master. Let me ask the person that taught me. So when they see it, they can make sure that it's correct, that it's good. Because I don't want to teach it without his approval. And I teach it wrong while referring to him. Now people are looking at him as if he is wrong. It's okay to be the student. We're all students to life. But when it's someone else's information and you try to take it as your own, or you try to take it and apply it to your life, what you're doing is a disjustice, not only to your ancestors, but to the ancestors of the person who was born with this information, to the ancestors of the person that was given this information by his own elders or her own elders. This is why now I'm afraid to share. I'm afraid to share proper information with certain people because every time I look or notice, things change. Names change. Tribes drop certain names. When you say that you're Muskogee, this is my family, this is Emmy. And then it starts being explained that, well, those people came from over there and they was doing your people dirty. Like they were putting paws on y'all. Like, oh, well, you know what? Damn. If we use this name, that means we came from the West, so we got to drop it. Come on, man. All I want is the credit for my shit. That's it. I'm not the popular opinion. I am the unpopular fact of the matter. I am not going to lie to you for no bread. I make my own money. And if I don't have any bread and I have to ask, I got a family, an actual family that I need assistance. They're going to help me. I don't have to get on here and lie to you about who my father is in order to boost up my indigenous heritage. I love my daddy. I wouldn't do my father like that. It's my dad, my real dad. I'm named after him. Why would I do that? What type of evil stuff is that? Why would I speak to you in a language and someone say, hey, that language sound like it's Nuwapic, brother? And you know the language is Nuwapic. And you say, nah, that's not Nuwapic. This is Yamasi, and Dr. York got it from us. You a fucking liar, it's Nobi. Or what about the guy that says, yeah, I'm the chief of the Yamasi. Where you located at? Oh, I'm in Canada. Canada? This nigga's in fucking Canada? Can you come back to the United States? No, I'm banned from the United States. This fuck nigga's banned from the United States. Majority of these guys that ran with that name got it after Dr. York. Keep that shit real. I was getting into fights about this indigenous shit in high school. I was getting fights about this indigenous shit in middle school. I was getting fights about this shit on the streets. You can't tell me who I am. I know who I am. I done went to jail about this shit. My mama had to come to court. We had to put this on file. We know who we are without lying. What about those that got theirs on file and they lying? And they big chiefs, medicine men, red chiefs, healers, teachers, fathers, sons, mothers, daughters, nieces, aunties, uncles. Somebody family out here lying about their genealogy, but telling you to be truthful and factual about your shit. Think about this. A liar is telling you to tell the facts of the matter. A liar is asking you and telling you to tell the facts about your family. While claiming a father or mother of no relation, change their name to that and not mentioned by that family in a respectful way during celebration of life. Or don't know the true family story if that name comes from somewhere else, like or starts with the T, right? Or niggas that say, well, I'm Muskogee and Iroquois, and they take their ass to Mexico and look and go to the mounds over there or the pyramid-like structures, because we're gonna be real, they're flat top pyramids. So I would say pyramid-like structures. And say, well, yeah, we was over here and we came to Georgia and went to Egypt and taught everybody else how to build this shit. Well, show us how to build one then. I ain't talking about no little 2 foot, 3 foot mound. Any nigga could dig up dirt and make a little ass mound. We done it before. So when people are looking at this for real, when y'all are into this for real, I have to ask, are you doing this for real because it's in you? Are you doing it because you love it? Or are you doing it because eventually it's going to benefit them pockets? We were raised right. I can't see my little brother doing wrong and do wrong with him. I'm going to check him. I can't see my little brother wrong. Oh, I'm finna go rock the house. No, you're not. Well, I'm not. Man, you ain't doing that. It's other way to go about this instead of lying, cheating, and stealing. And this is what a lot of people are doing on this indigenous tip. They're lying, cheating, and stealing you out of your money, your story, and your families. I won't do it to you. It's not that I can't do it to you. I won't do it to you. It's not in me. I'm not built that way. I'm not built to knowingly mislead someone. If I was, I'd have the thousands, hundreds of thousands, and the millions. I'm not that, bro. I'll take my couple, what they call student, my couple disciples, right? My those who are under the discipline of me. Jesus was the master teacher. Heru was the master teacher. Buddha, was a master teacher. Muhammad was a master teacher of men younger and older than them. This is why these guys sat at their feet. But even as being master teachers, each one of these men also subjected themselves to the lessons of their students. Let me learn from my student. How are you a master teacher and you aren't a master learner? You're a master teacher. You should have your doctorate in learning. You should have your PhD in learning and being a student. Moral compass, my moral compass. And some say right and wrong could be subjective. I'll say this. There are things that are always wrong. Rape, always wrong, right? Always wrong. Everything else can be subjective. But spirit doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. And with spirit and energy not lying, you're able to decipher from right and wrong. Now, deciphering from right and wrong doesn't necessarily mean fact, doesn't necessarily mean truth. But it's best to avoid the lies and the liars. If you cannot avoid the lies and the liars, you are one of them. You're defending a lying liar. You are a lying ass liar that's defending a liar. I can't kick it with it. Because the deeper our story goes, the further other people are going to try to run their story back. It's about being the oldest. The deeper our story goes, the more people are going to start changing their name and looking for other things to add to, because they now know that, hey, what I've been fighting for was being the oldest, and I'm not that. And now someone can prove that I'm not that, but I have the popularity, so I'm going to start teaching their story as my own. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. This is why I did the reading yesterday. And I'm going to do the reading again from the National Register, because those who use that tend to be confused. Those who like to use that against people tend to be confused on what's being explained in that National Register paper about the Yamasee towns in Low Country, South Carolina, 1684 to 1715. I said in a couple days, I'll have it in my chest. I'll know it by heart. What they were explaining is that so many groups of people became known as Yamasee that the Yamasee identity was cloaked, was the original Yamasee identity couldn't even be identified as being different from other cultures once they got to the coast, because they started picking up on all of these things. But now today, people will tell you that that's where they originate. Now today, people will tell you, well, yeah, we had a reservation in Carolina, and it was 10 towns. Okay. Yeah, and our town was in the upper part. Okay, but then you come from the interior? Yeah. So how did you get a town in the upper part? Well, we moved down to, so facts of the matter. You moved to Potocalaga from the interior. You leave Potocalaga with people from Potocalaga, and they moved to a reservation. They were tired of the Spanish, so they moved. Some of you moved with them. They become the big voice in their ancestral land because all the towns in the upper were named after ancestry towns or ancestor towns. Those not those towns. Your towns was in the lower part with the people from the interior. But your beef now is with a nigga that's claiming the big town in the lower part. So you have to claim the big town in the upper part. You niggas not slick. And we're gonna make sure with this pamphlet, the 360 questions to ask a Yamasi, is not just dealing with those in Carolina. Altamaha has questions to answer. The Nuapians, Sabians, always changing name, have questions to answer. The Oakley Veja, you have questions to answer, because we're gonna get to the origin of what's actually going on. We're gonna get to the root of what's going on, because all the people, all the people from above, right? All the people that are united in the land above, all the people united in the land above just want to be recognized for being the people in the land above. That's it. That's it. If you say your story, you come out of South America, cool. You are American. You cousin. You family. You feel me? But what you niggas not finna do is try to take our story